everybody. Hi, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I welcome you all and thank you so much for tuning in into the video and for taking time to sit down and decide to listen. First things first, those who are listening to this for the first time, my name is Zola. I'm an internationally educated nurse, born and bred in South Africa, recently moved to BC in Canada. Yeah, so as you know that the purpose of the video is actually just to share my personal experience from the time I started my application until I landed in BC in Canada. And today I'm not gonna dwell too much, guys. We spoke a lot about that in our previous videos, so I'm not gonna take too much time going back, repeating the same thing all over again. We'll be boring each other. So today, okay, as you know that catching up from the last time, I did promise that today I'm gonna be focusing into the English requirement. So this is something we're gonna be talking about today. As you know that the English requirement can be an elephant in the room. I know not everybody, but to me it was. So that is the reason I decided, hey, I needed to address this. So, but the good news is there's a lot that has been done around the English requirement. We do not necessarily have to sit down and write the English exam to meet the English requirement, of which that's a good thing. But somehow, some of us might still need to write the English exam, okay? So it is with this reason I'm saying that I really needed to sit down, talk about it, unpack it a bit so that we can lessen each other's anxiety. So you guys, you are lucky, those who are starting the process, because I remember when I started the process, there was no other way. You have to do the English exam. You have to go there, write the IL and bring the results. It was mandatory. But nowadays, now so much changes have been done. That is the reason I'm saying that please don't waste any time. Start that application process, okay? Don't wait, okay? Do it now. Remember, sometimes later becomes never. Do it right now. Okay, while before the change, who knows, you might wake up and the college has changed the rules and regulations. They might need the English exam. So take advantage of this and start that application, okay? So anyway, just to talk a little bit about IEL. If you have never done IEL before, it's just an English exam. Why are we required to do this English exam is because, as you know that as nurses, we don't work in isolation. We work with a multidisciplinary team, especially as registered nurses. In an emergency situations, you need to take a telephone order, you need to take a verbal order. So we need to be able to make sure that we can hear each other and we can communicate with each other without compromising patient safety. So that's very important. And all of us nurses, everybody else around us, all of us who come from different parts of the world, speaking different English, different accents, as I have my crazy accent, some of us who cannot hear. So yeah, that's the reason. And IEL is given by the British Council. That's the one that I used to take. And it's divided into 4 categories. There's a listening, there's a speaking, there's a reading, and there's writing. So the college will have a different, they will tell you on listening how much must you score, reading, speaking, and writing how much you need to score for you to meet the English requirement. Normally the speaking and the listening, your requirement is higher compared to reading and writing. So maybe for listening and writing, they might say they need 7 or 7.5. Whereas for reading and writing, they might need 7.5 with the overall score of 7. So, but the college, I'm just giving an example. The college will, when you go through, the website, the reading, whatever college you're gonna be applying to, it will tell you what requirement they might need. And for English, at the same time, also it comprises, so there is academic version and there's a general version. Academic version, this is the one we do when you're doing for your nursing registration. But if you needed to do another English exam, you must have English For your immigration purposes, you will do the general version. You don't have to do the academic. So that's the difference between the two. And I think they are valid for 2 years. After 2 years it expires, you have to redo it again. I think the reason we have to do, because remember we change countries, now remember, now you can wake up, you are here today, tomorrow you are there, so the movement is so much, so you maybe end up in a country whereby English is not a first language, that is being spoken at the workplace or whatever. So I guess that's the reason. But most of the time they do require, even if it's beyond the 2 years, they are quite lenient. So okay, as I'm saying that, the good news is you do not need to write this English exam anymore. That is so cool. That's so cool, guys. So you can actually meet the English requirement 2 ways, only 2. Yes, number 1 is if you have studied, you did your basic nursing education in English, MET, okay? Number 2, if you are working in an English speaking organization, English MET, and of which I would say most of the time, majority of us, we studied in English and working in English speaking organizations. So you see, there's nothing to worry about. It's simple like that. So yeah. But on the other note, yes, I do not, even my colleagues from South Africa, those who studied in my time, of course, there were some, colleges that were giving their education was done in Afrikaans. So maybe, I'm saying maybe, you might be required to do the English exam. But if you're working in a maybe English working organization, you might meet that exam without writing without having to write the exam. You might meet the requirement, okay? But talking about me in my situation, I had to fulfill both requirements. I had to demonstrate that yes, I studied in English, and secondly, I'm working in an English speaking organization. So both requirements I had to meet for me to meet the English requirement. So I'm not sure, it will depend in the college whether they will be okay with 1 or 2. You will review, because things changing. I don't want to say yes you can, because things changes, the colleges, they keep changing their rules. So but as long as you keep reading, keep updating, refreshing yourself, checking what the latest updates with the college that you're applying to, then you'll be okay. You will know what's happening. So but really what I'm trying to say, it does not have to scare you. It is not scary as it used to be. It's very easy to meet the English requirement. Even for my immigration purposes, I never wrote any English because for my immigration purposes, the pathway that I selected, already they can see that you've already done all your nursing registration, you've done your nursing exams, so it means that you speak the English. So already I met that requirement. I did not need to do the general version for me when I was busy with the immigration process for moving to BC. So as I say, guys, there's just so much support, there's so much consideration along the way. You don't have to worry about all these things. I know when you go into the college and then you see all the steps, oh my goodness, step 1, 2, 3, I know it looks very intimidating, but it's not as bad as you think it is. Remember, when you start the process, you're not going to do one step and then fold your arms, then you move. You do all the steps simultaneously. You move, before you know it, okay, that one is ongoing, that step is there, okay, this one, maybe if you have to write English, you are busy with a review of your English, and then before you know it, it's done. And also, even for the English, they are online, there's so many now apps whereby you can practice, you can, how to answer, so that when you go there, you have to write the English exam, you will know what to expect. So there is support, even if you have to write the English exam. There are so many apps that, you can utilize, you can make use of, you can practice, answer all the questions, reading, writing, listening, all of them, you can do that. So it's not as intimidating or scary as you think it might be. So but all I can encourage you, please guys, all you IENs, make use of this opportunity. Take this opportunity. Don't waste any longer. The time is now. Do it while you still got a chance to fulfill your English requirement without having to write the IL. Even if you have to write it, so what? It's English. You can do it. If I can do it, you can also do it. Believe me. Yeah. So before we close, I think we spoke a lot enough about the English now. So, but one small thing I want us to talk about, just a little bit, but we'll unpack it next time. The part I want us to talk about is, please, while you are making this process, you are busy with this process, not sure, am I making the right decision? Is it something I want? Do I need a change in my life? I'm comfortable in my career. I've got a wonderful job and all those things. Do I really need this? Please make sure that before you take the step and give all that up, know the reason why you want to move. Because you are going to need that reason. You are going to need that reason to remind you every day, why did you move to Canada? Remember, some of us who have already, achieved so much, both academically and, also in our skills at work. Some of us were in management positions, teaching positions, and all those things. So, but you will ask yourself, if I move to Canada, would Canada appreciate? Would Canada recognize my knowledge and my skills? I'm not going to answer that question. I'm leaving it open up to you. But yes, I am going to talk about that. We are going to talk about it, only sharing my opinion. I won't be saying that my opinion will be the right opinion, but I am going to share my opinion. Why? So that you come prepared, so that you will know what to expect. Okay? But have a reason. Know why you want to make this change. Don't just give everything all up with what you have already achieved, everything that you have worked for, to come and to say, why did I do this to myself? Okay? So other than that, for now, whether Canada appreciates, whether Canada recognize our skills and our knowledge, let's put it in a parking space. We'll restart it next time. Yeah. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in into this video and for listening. Please share the video. You might not be a nurse listening to video. You might be you might be a family member. Maybe your spouse is a nurse. Maybe your child, your son, your daughter, whatever is a nurse. So share the video, share the information. You might change somebody's life for the lifetime. Okay? So, and again, I ask you, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Once you subscribe, at least it gives YouTube an opportunity to make sure that the video reaches as many people as possible. Okay, so thank you so much once again. Until the next video, stay well, stay blessed, and stay warm. Thank you.